You're watching NBC 16 News Today.
Well, Valentine's Day is almost here, and you may be looking for a way to impress your sweetheart. In this week's In the Kitchen, Chef Becky is going to have a home-baked chocolate treat.
In the Kitchen.
It's time for another edition of In the Kitchen. Valentine's Day is just around a corner, and I think we've got a recipe this week that will impress your loved ones.
Hi everyone, I'm Chef Becky, and today I have my daughter Ellie helping in the kitchen, and we're going to make a special recipe called chocolate lava cakes.
Now, a lot of times with the recipes, we always have a little leeway kind of to work with the recipe, but when you're baking, it's a whole different thing. It's kind of an exact science, and there's some things you really have to keep an eye on for this recipe.
That's right. We're going to be using a kitchen scale to weigh the chocolate, sugar, flour, and the butter. Okay. And also the baking time is crucial too.
Okay, well let's go through the ingredients that you'll need for this recipe.
We're going to use these oven-proof baking dishes called ramekins. We'll use 6 of those. 2 tablespoons of softened butter for greasing the ramekins, and about 1/4 cup of cocoa powder for dusting the ramekins. 6 ounces of high-quality dark chocolate. My favorite brand is Chocolate Decadence, and for baking purposes, we're going to use their buttons. We have 6 ounces of butter, 4 egg yolks, 4 whole eggs, 6 ounces of sugar, and 3 ounces of flour.
So in this step, we're actually going to prepare the ramekins for the baking.
That's right. I'm going to show you a trick so you don't get your hands all buttery. Give you each a piece of plastic wrap. And here we have some softened butter. So you can use the plastic to keep your fingers covered and smear the butter all over the inside of the ramekin. This will help the lava cake release when they come out of the oven.
Well, that's a nifty trick. I like that.
So we're going to use a little bit of cocoa powder in each ramekin. So now you just take the ramekin and tap it on the side of your palm and just make sure every little nook and cranny is dusted with cocoa powder. And then you dump out the excess.
So at this point in time, it's time to weigh out the ingredients and make sure that we get our exact measurements.
We're going to add 6 ounces of chocolate. There we go. Now we're going to start by melting the butter. I have 6 ounces of butter, which is 1.5 sticks. I'm using a wide saucepan over low heat. Now it's time to add the chocolate. You want to stand right here with it and stir constantly so you don't accidentally burn the chocolate. And then turn off the heat and set the pan aside while we prepare the rest of the batter.
So we are going to add 4 eggs, 4 egg yolks, and 6 ounces of sugar.
And now we'll use an electric mixer to combine these ingredients. Now we've got our melted chocolate and butter mixture that we'll add to the eggs and sugar. The last ingredient is 3 ounces of flour. Now we're going to divide the batter between the ramekins. So now we're going to chill the lava cakes in the refrigerator for an hour. So I have the oven preheated to 400 degrees. I'm going to bake the lava cakes right on the rack. So we have to keep an eye on them. It's really easy to overbake the lava cakes. 10 minutes have passed, and I can tell just by touching the cakes that they're done. So you need to use oven mitts for this step. We're going to take a butter knife and go around the edge to loosen the cake. Now I'm going to invert the plate over the ramekin. This part's a little tricky. I'm going to flip it over. There we go. I like to garnish it with fresh raspberries. A little mint always looks nice with dessert. And you can serve this with vanilla ice cream or whipped cream, and you need to serve it right away. So now I'm going to show you how this cake gets its name. Inside, it's like hot lava.
Of course, one of the things we want to mention with this recipe is that oven times are going to vary, so you want to keep that in mind. And you may want to try this once before you serve it to guests, or, I don't know, maybe you know somebody that might be able to do this for you.
Yes, if you like, I can come and prepare your chocolate lava cakes for your guests.
What do you think, Ellie? How did it turn out?
It turned out really good.
Okay, well, we can't wait to dive into these, and if you want the recipe, of course, Chef Becky will have it on her Facebook page. We'll put it on our website at NBC16.com. That's going to do it for another edition of In the Kitchen.